Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, this is your timeless reading, and if you are returning here, thank you for adding your energy to every upload. Okay, y'all, I have a little fan that's on me because it gets ridiculously hot in this room, and we're gonna keep working until we can get that new mic. So I hope that you can hear me very clearly. We are going to be using my signature deck, the Resurrection Oracle, and clarifying with Soul Symphony and Tarot as needed. So let's go ahead and get right into this reading. Don't forget to look at the timestamps, any images that stick out at you, because all of that may have some channeled guidance from your spiritual team for you. I'm gonna give this 2 good shuffles. Okay, we have one message, of course, one card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, and we got Astral, Celestial Light Source in the reverse position. Okay, so that is... Okay, so there's a couple of things, because this seems very abstract, but it's actually a little bit more direct than we think it is, because this card is technically the first card in the deck, because it is source, okay? It is the beginning of energy, it is celestial, it is light, okay? And this is coming in the reverse position, okay? So what this is telling me is that whoever is coming to this reading is experiencing some sort of ascension. Before I started this reading, my chest, I have like the worst heartburn right now. And there may be somebody who is having a heart chakra expansion, okay, that is lighting up their upper chakras from the heart through the throat, third eye, crown, okay? But there's definitely ascension happening. You may be having ascension symptoms, cold, you may be waking up. I'm doing this reading around 3 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up since like, I think I got up at approximately 1:43. For absolutely no reason. So you could be having sleep disruptions, okay, all related to ascension symptoms. Okay, wow, yeah. So on the bottom of the deck we have slide, so humility, inevitable surge. So this is all happening because you're going through a tower moment, but what's specific about this tower moment is this is like when you refuse to change, so your environment starts to collapse, okay? And there is this feeling that we don't understand on a higher level why this is happening, and this reading is coming in to clarify that for you, okay? So let's clarify Astral in reverse position. Oh my goodness, not the new boo. The new boo been coming out. The new boo been coming out. Right, you are being prepared for higher love. My. You are already spoken for, aren't you? Okay, we have a lot of clarification coming out here. I do declare you are spoken for. Okay, absolutely. So we have triggers that is clarifying slide with this tower moment. And that's what I'm saying, like, this ascension that you're going through, I feel like a lot of this was triggered without your not without your consent, without your awareness, okay? Because on a soul level, your soul will consent, okay, to up leveling, right? But on a conscious level, your mind may not understand like what is going on, okay? So we got a bunch of clarifiers. The first one that came out was New Boo, as well as Call in the reverse position. So you have been feeling called to this new relationship, but we have been ignoring that call, right? That's why the landslide happened. Okay. We also have heartstrings, fire signs in the reverse position. One of the reasons why you have been avoiding the call to this new relationship is because you were too used to feigning intimacy. Okay, I think I might be like the tough love reader low-key, because I just be telling y'all what it is. A lot of people go to tarot readings and they're here to hear about their person, but you come to my readings when you want to hear about you. And the truth is, emotionally, you were the kind of person who potentially in the past would string people along, or future fake, or just create false hope in connections, because that allowed you, with fire signs in the reverse position, to not take real action, to not show up as your best self, and to avoid your own accountability. Okay? And that's okay. We're here to learn. Okay. We have butterflies in the reverse position. Okay, because when I said that you have been called to this new relationship by the astral, by source, by light, this has come through by triggering your emotional body and triggering this deep sense of devotion you are feeling towards either moving towards a new relationship if you don't already know who this person is, or moving towards a specific person, right? This devotion was internal, but we've been largely ignoring that because it's much easier, or it had been much easier to, sort of play games. Okay. And then we have third party in the reverse position and deadline. Okay, we were also distracting ourselves with a third party connection, okay? And something about that has run its course, and we feel like we have to make a move. And we're feeling the pressure of linear time, although time spiritually is irrelevant, right? But we're feeling the pressure of linear time, feeling like we have to act before we lose this opportunity at this new relationship. So let's pull a clarifying tarot card over each of these clarifying energies for astral to find out, if we can, more information about why source has been leading you besides your ascension, right? This is all engineering your ascension, but why they've been leading you towards this relationship. Okay, one of the biggest reasons why you've been led towards this new relationship is because it forces you to address your toxicity with the devil in reverse. Okay, we have Capricorn energy in this reading, so you may have Leo, Sag, Aries, Capricorn placements, but part of the reasons why you were avoiding it is because you weren't ready to do that. You were still attached to earthly, toxic patterns, attachments, and we didn't feel ready to let that go. And we are continuing to be called to this new relationship because, essentially, it's just time. It's just time to let it go, right? Okay? But we're feeling the urgency of that time now. With call in the reverse position, we have justice, so Libra energy. This is about, relationships, and it's like you knew, your intuition has been talking to you, okay? Communication, Libra, about making things right, okay? Not only in this relationship with this person, so this may be a person from your past or someone you have recently connected with that you feel pulled to address a relationship with. You have been feeling really called to bring justice and clarity into this conversation, or into, conversation call, right? Through a conversation with this person. So this is definitely your encouragement to speak, to add clarity, to bring justice to this connection, to bring balance, okay? Okay, with heartstrings, your 10 of Wands in reverse position, your perspective on this particular relationship has totally changed, and that has come down from source, okay? That is what it means to, receive light, okay? That frees you, because the 10 of Wands can be, a card that is stressful energy, right? But when it's in the reverse, it's because your perspective on that stress has changed. And what I'm understanding is that you have reached a point of completion when it comes to playing emotional games, because it's gotten to the point where it's no longer serving you either, okay? Over fire signs in the reverse, we have the 6 of Cups, reconciliation. Okay, so there's also been this energy where you've wanted to, so this is definitely somebody from your past for some of you coming to this reading, or it's somebody that you have a past life connection with, or it is somebody that you have a connection with from your childhood, right? And you've been in this separation, what it feels like, with this person in order to create transformations individually for the both of you. But with this coming in through the reverse position, this is about you learning that love is truly not a performance. It's not something, it's something that is for you. It's not for the world, and for you to perform and look like a certain role, okay? With that Leo energy. And part of the reasons why you felt delayed, other than the fact that you've had to release these toxic patterns, is because we didn't know how to take action toward a relationship if we were not being performative in some way. And so that is actually with the 6 of Cups being healed so that you can move forward in this connection. With butterflies, we have 5 of Cups, butterflies in reverse. Okay, so with this energy of devotion, okay, that we have been largely in denial about, it's actually starting to create, for some of you coming through this reading, more emotional pain for you. And I think it's coming from the energy of resistance with this 5 of Cups. Like, when we resist something that we are deeply devoted to, we are creating internal dissonance, and that internal dissonance has become triggers, right? And it has become emotional triggers. You may feel like you're spontaneously like bursting into tears or crying, and you're upset and you have no idea why it's happening. And it's largely because internally you have been ignoring something that resonates with you for the sake of things that do not, okay? With third party in the reverse position, 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so having third-party connections, karmic connections, was a really good distraction for a while, okay? The 7 of Cups can be options, choices, but it can also be illusions. And it's coming in the reverse position with the third party because the illusions around the third party have definitely dissipated, and we've become very emotionally focused on what is left now that we don't have those illusions, because the third party is no longer working, okay, as a distraction. And then we also have deadline in the reverse. We have deadline and we have hermit in the reverse, Virgo energy, okay, coming into this reading. So there is this energy that you feel like you have self-isolated because you weren't sure what to do, right? You weren't ready to take this action towards this new relationship. You weren't ready to let go of certain toxic patterns, but now that your perspective is changing and you know that you need to create, you need to initiate dialogue, and you need to bring clarity, okay, through communication and balanced communication into this relationship. You're realizing that the more that you isolate yourself from this experience, the more that you feel like the saxophones, or you hear the saxophones, or you feel like you hear the clock ticking, and you know you're feeling very triggered to do something. But I do feel like there's still a sense of resistance. On the bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Cups, okay, in the reverse position. So there is still a part of you that is resistant emotionally to this change, and we are going to pull one more clarifying card from the Resurrection Oracle, try to figure out what that is, because you have the capacity and the desire to walk away from toxicity, to bring in clarity, okay, and to stop isolating yourself from this change. And there's also this large message too with Slide that this requires emotional humility, okay? It requires you to humble yourself, okay? And I think that something tells me that with the 8 of Cups in reverse, the energy of humbling yourself is what you're resistant about. So let's pull one final clarifier. Okay, so the clarifier that we got was Quest, Leap, Integrate, Transmute. Okay, oh, what planet is this that I put on here? It's not Jupiter. Uranus? I'll get back to y'all on that, but okay. 8 of Cups in the reverse position. The reason why this is being clarified by Quest is because part of this journey that you've arrived at finally at this point where you're ready to bring in justice was divinely timed, okay, with deadline. And so this energy where you feel like you were holding on to something emotionally and you feel like you haven't been able to let it go, that energy is facilitating this quantum leap, okay? Because what it is it's awakening and strengthening your inner feminine energy, right? Which is going to help you be able to support yourself emotionally. And what you needed to go through was this time period so that you could integrate, okay, what you deeply feel on an emotional level and actually incorporate that into your journey and your actions and your next steps. That is why, okay, there has felt like there's this resistance, but we can't place what the resistance is on. We were working out all of this dense, resistant energy from our past that was used to leaning on emotional falseness in order to maintain toxic habits. And we're moving through that now towards this new relationship, towards clarity, because we've established that emotional strength internally by waiting, okay, until it was the right time to take that quantum leap. So I hope you got something out of this reading. If you resonate with my energy, please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button because it helps me greatly in the algorithm, and I will see you in the next one.